Good morning.
Listen, girl, we had a conversation on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell y'all something about Torsha. I can say so many wonderful things about her, and I'm going to say wonderful things about her because she needs to hear those wonderful things about her. I love the fact that she is a listener. I love the fact that she learns. I love the fact that she's driven. I love the fact that she's solution oriented because parenting teenagers now becoming adults. Oh, Lord. And then Torsha, y'all, gave me our hashtag for next week. Can I say it? May I say it, Torsha?
Please.
Torsha said, Pastor, she said, heal. She called me heal. Heal. I had something going on. That's why we hadn't talked. I'm like, cool. And then the Lord said, finish that. And the Lord showed us yesterday and told us what I had going on had me going off. Can somebody put that in the hashtag? Look at her smiling, y'all. She love that little smile of her, looking like she 12 over there, 13 years old. What I had going on had me going off. So today, that's next week, Torsha. Y'all know I usually don't do this in December, but because Torsha threw that nugget out there, we jumped on it. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning to everybody. I don't know what happened earlier.
Good morning.
Torsha, my whole video got shut down on Facebook. The whole first show got shut down. I can't even find it.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know what I didn't say anything, inappropriate. I know, I put on the chat, I do not own the rights to the music, and I said it. So I don't know what happened, but guess what? I'm grateful that I'm in a new state of mindfulness because the old me would have said, bump it. And look, Shirley put it in the chat. Look at that, Torsha. What I had going on had me going off.
Had me going off.
So tell us, Torsha. Tell us, first of all, one of your greatest achievements is graduation. Talk to us about graduation. BS. You got the BS.
Yeah, so I've been an RN for around 7 years, and so I decided 2022 that I would go ahead and go back and get my BSN because I wanted to be sure that every door I wanted to walk through would be open. So I went ahead and completed that year at Austin P State University and graduated this past August. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. She's a governor. First of all, though, she belongs to the 3500 John Merritt Boulevard alumni. Yes. Shirley Moore said, congratulations. So
Thank you.
Also, listen, y'all, I know y'all was tripping the other day about me having that IV in my arm. That's her. That's Divine Drips. So let me put this on the screen so everybody can see how legit it is and how legit you are. Look, y'all, this show is brought to you by Divine Drips, mobile IV therapy, wellness for cold, flu, anxiety, migraines, and so much more. Book online, ivfluids.com, or text 615-559-5090 for professional IV services. Ask for Torsha Hudson. Y'all been seeing it. Y'all see it. So, Torsha, shout out to you and the business, girl.
Thank you.
So talk to us. Talk to us about the business.
So if anybody is dealing with symptoms such as anxiety, migraines, food poisoning, stomach virus, just anything like that, or if you just want to have an immunity boost, I have a vitamin package to boost your immune system. I also have a product that's good for brain fog. It's good for your skin, and it's also good to help increase your memory. So please email me or call me or text me if you want any more information. But don't hesitate to reach out to book an appointment. If you want a consultation, it's free. I'll talk to you about what you have going on, and I'll create a customized package for you.
Wonderful. Claria, Amanda, do you know that person? Claria? You know her? Okay. Well, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Claria Amanda. Cool. Shirley said, how do we pay?
You can pay any of the electronic ways: Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, cash.
Cash. So you
Mm-hmm.
take it all, huh?
I do.
Do you take cryptocurrency?
Not yet.
Not yet. Listen, y'all. Let me pause and say this. Angie, this morning I had my whole show was going. We were rolling and then they canceled it. I don't know what happened. Shirley said it wouldn't let her in, but that's okay. We pressed through it. And guess what? What I had going on almost had me going off. And I'm grateful, Torsha, that we had that talk on yesterday to get my mind right for the storm today. See, that's how we know we walk in alignment in divine providence. Talking with you yesterday settled me for the storm today. Isn't God good?
God is good.
I'm talking about, I'm here laboring and it just cut it off. Like, boom. It wouldn't play, it wouldn't let people in. But I didn't go off because I know some things I possibly have going on might send me there.
Mm-hmm.
So is anybody other than Torsha and I can witness and say some things we had going on had me going off, which will be the hashtag next week, y'all. Now, y'all didn't miss it. It was just where it was. So, Torsha, tell me some of the things that you had going on and why therapy is important to you.
Okay. One reason therapy is important to me is because I am raising three daughters, three teenage daughters. And so I had to realize that parenting is different at each stage.
Pause. Say that one more time. Parenting is what?
Parenting is different at each stage. It is. I had to learn that. So now they are 17, 18, and 19 years old. And so, of course, we have boundaries in our household, of course. But because of what I went through at those ages, I lived with anxiety for years because of some of the things that I went through at those ages. And so when they became those ages, I was projecting. I started to project that onto them.
Your experiences.
My experiences. And so what I had going on had me going off.
That projection is big, though. That projection is like, it's momentous, it's gargantuan. We will use all kind of terms. Leela, give me some words. But it's that what we project. Sometimes our experiences we project on others who haven't experienced what we experienced.
Right.
Like your girls don't have a clue. I mean, they have a clue, but they don't have a clue as to what you experienced at 19 and 20 and 21. And you're trying to listen at this, everybody. You're projecting something on them that doesn't exist anymore.
Right. Right.
And
so it was causing chaos. It was causing chaos. And me and my daughters, we have always been close. So we've always had a close relationship, but it was causing chaos. And my therapist had to let me know that you can't project your anxieties onto them. You can't scare them into doing what you want them to do. And you have to recognize them as people, not just something or someone that you can control because you have all of these years. They are people. They are individuals. They do have their own paths to walk.
And they have to walk them.
They do. And I had to walk mine. So that's very true.
Shirley Moore, thank you. And Angie, we finna hit that point. Angie had a great point. Shirley said, parenting is usually based upon our experiences. And that's so true. So let me ask this question. And Angie, I want you to stay on that about you. And, I know who your oldest son is. I love your oldest son. He's little cuz, you cuz. But how do I put this? How do I phrase this? Your experience at their age, we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their experience.
Right.
And I know you, like, if I could listen, sometimes I want to take my daughter's head off, you know what I'm saying? Like, off her shoulders. And I try to when I see her sometimes. I be trying to unscrew it off, but it don't come out. So if you can tell me how to take it off and I can take some stuff out and put some more stuff in and screw it back on, please give me the magic trick. Some parent give me the magic trick. But isn't it interesting how our fears and some of our phobias that we've experienced, Edie, that is in the past, still show up in our present?
And they will continue to show up if we don't acknowledge them or try and rectify them.
Somebody said $3, three different worlds.
Three different worlds.
Is it really? Honestly.
It is. Yes, it is. Because there are three different people. And from what I understand, they all experience me differently. They don't experience me the same way.
Your children do not.
Mm-mm.
They don't. I need you to unpack that because I don't even think like that. Like, what is that about? Like, what? As a guy and the dad and the husband and the father, maybe I don't have that emotional filter yet.
So when
emotional awareness,
when they grow older, and you know the possibility of them, you know, we talk about how our experience was growing up in our household as children.
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible that they could have three different stories.
They will.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a parent, three different worlds, as Shirley said.
That was good.
That's good, Shirley. And she's a mother, grandmother, and now great-grandmother. How, Stacy, Leila, Angie, how do we, and anybody, how do we manage that as a parent, knowing that the projection of my past, everybody put my past, I project my experiences on our children, which can be damaging and unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you manage? How are you managing that? I know you talked about therapy yesterday, but so how are you managing that?
Definitely therapy and just being open with them, because they are people. They recognize, just like I recognize their behavior, they recognize mine too. So just being open, keeping the lines of communication open, and talking with different people, talking with therapists, and just really knowing who I am and being able to assess myself in real time. What am I doing? Why am I doing that? What's really happening? And trying to live my life according to what I know to be right, and not according to traditions or culture or conditioning.
Conditions, culture, or conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
So your parents, grandparents,
mm-hmm.
had a culture which conditioned both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And traditions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I brought you in this world, I take you out. Like crazy stuff. You know, we heard that stuff growing up. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mama, you really gonna tell me you finna take me out of here? Because you were in your feelings and felt some type of way. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, we can laugh about it now, but those moments when we heard those words were not, it wasn't a laughing matter. When you look at the conditioning or the culture that raised us, which was good and proper and right, and they did what they knew to do, even if it was not always the right thing or the best thing. How and when did you hit that roadblock, and how are you getting over it?
I hit the roadblock probably about a year ago.
Okay.
a year ago. But like you were saying yesterday, we have to look at the fact that our parents raised us a certain way, but they may have had some stuff going on that was never acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
And they are raising us the way that they know, the way that their parents raised them, but their parents could have had some stuff going on that had them going off, and that was
And
never
those
acknowledged.
parents and our great grandparents had something. We know our great grandparents had something going on. Look at my cousin from Atlanta. She says, that's good. Everyone has something to say. Please allow them time to say, yeah. Yeah. But see, I was told not to talk as a child. Listen, be seen and not heard. And then when something happened that was hurtful and painful, boys don't cry. So now, as an adult male, going back, let me go back, finding these unhealthy ways to cope with things. I found some unhealthy ways to cope with things at 10, 11, 12. In my 18, 19, 20s, oh my God, that unhealthy stuff became a crutch. You know it. We from the same era. The music, the culture. 30s, what I did in my 20s manifested in my 30s. What I did in my 30s is now manifested in my 40s, almost 50. Now I have 25 years with a person that I'm trying to correct, but I don't even know where to begin because this is my normal. Does that make any sense?
It does.
It makes so much, like, I'm trying to become a better me, but I don't even know how to find the best in me because I've been living this way. Listen, 25 years. I have lived with a unhealthy perspective as it relates to my emotions. Come on, Torsha.
That's most of us.
That's most of us. So now you want me to parent. Now you want me to be a pastor. Now you want me to be a teacher. Now you want me to be a leader. Now you want me to be a father. Let me just say this. Let me go on record. Just because I grew up with a man in the house or not a man in the house does not mean I know how to father and parent. Because maybe what I saw was unhealthiness. Think about it. Just think. You take a young man who was raised in a house that was not mine, but you was raised in a house where your parents never showed love, never showed affection, you saw your mom and dad never hold hands, never touch, never nothing emotional. The only time the emotion was experienced and expressed when it was time to fight. Yes, Angie, we are products of our environment. That's right, Stacy. That's a lot to unpack and attempt. That's right. It is. And I got to learn. I have to learn me. Like Torsha, you and I both have to learn who we are now.
Right.
After what has happened. So therapy is important to you.
It's very important. I have a very good therapist I've had since 2019, I believe. And she's been very good.
So you've been going to therapy that long? And it's working?
It is working. My therapist is very capable of recognizing what's really happening past what I can see. So it's been very beneficial to me.
So I need somebody in my life that can see past what's happening. That's good. Did you hear that? See, you're going to make me do something. I'm trying to stop doing this next week. So let me pause. We're going to come back to that. What I had going on had me going off. Everybody put that as a hashtag. What I had going on had me going off. Stacy put that as a hashtag. That's one whole statement, everybody. Shirley did it earlier. That's next week's hashtag. Because let's be honest, there are times in our life, Leela, when we have some things going on, has us going off. Listen, we were raised around,
And can I say this?
You can say whatever. Hold up. You can say
Okay.
what's appropriate because Facebook literally took my last blog down. But go ahead. Say it.
Um, a lot of times, okay, so with dealing with anger, when we display anger or project anger, um, the root of all anger is fear. So we have to find out in the moment what is it that we're afraid of right now,
What are we?
because it's anger. Anger is fear.
One thing as a leader, parent, sometimes I'm afraid of is losing control.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be
Same.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord had to share with me. It's not everything ain't about control.
Right.
When you get to the place where you think you control it, you don't trust me. That's what
Mm-hmm.
God showed with me.
That's true.
You have to trust me with your adult child.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have my cousin and then I have my other baby girl that I adopted. So they all old. So I'm dealing with a 27, 25, 23, 4-year-old. Cool. And I can't control them like I did when they first came into my life.
Right.
And a lot of times I wanted to control them. I knock y'all head off, but then again, I'm projecting my fear of them getting with the wrong person.
Right.
And not sharing with them love languages.
Right.
So now my love language is knock your head off. Cuss you out. Power, DD. Let's just knuckle up. Let's go on and get this over. Let's go outside and scrap. But now, or even emotionally, how do I cope emotionally? Unhealthily. I'm not going to talk to you for a week. So now I'm withdrawn as a person because I have adjusted my life around my emotions that were not healthy. And it bleeds into everything I do. Come on, somebody, let's be real.
And it's not going anywhere just because you decide to withdraw, from what I learned, because that's been my way too, but it's not going anywhere.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
It's still there, whether you say anything or not. It's going everywhere you go, and it's going to be with you the rest of your life unless you deal with it.
What am I dealing with though, Torsha? Like, I know you said fear. What am I afraid of? Like, what is the fear? The fear is, for me, straight breaking the generational curse. Guess what? And it didn't listen, as much as I wanted to break it, it wasn't broken. I probably aided to it by my behaviors. So here, let's Torsha. Daniel, Towns, are good to see you, my friend. Let's put this on the screen, Torsha, so that everybody can see it. Torsha, can you see it? I know you can, but you can't, so I can read it to you. Don't worry about it. Don't read about it. April Fitzgerald said, carrying that around and getting drained and living a drained life. That's why what I had going on had me going off. I say amen.
That's good, April.
Listen, Torsha Hudson is Divine Drips, y'all. I know y'all been seeing Divine Drips. This is Divine Drips. This is Divine Drips. Let her come dudes. Let her provide a service that will make you feel better. And when you feel better, you think better. And when you think better, you'll do better. Sometimes it's a chemical imbalance, and I'll let her talk about that later on in the show. But right now, Torsha, let's get on this question right here. Question number 10. I can see how certain generational sins have been passed down to me through my family history, including character flaws, lies, secrets, ways of coping with pain, and unhealthy tendencies in relating to others. Not very true, sometimes true, mostly true, very true.
Very true.
Very true.
Very true.
Very true. Very true. Hold on before we unpack the very true. The fear is the possibility of our children feeling what we felt.
That's right. That was exactly my fear, Stacy.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my daughters to go through what I've gone through.
Right.
And guess what? To some degree, they already started it, the process. And it's like, but didn't I call it bluff enough? It wasn't about bluff. It was about building them. And that's what the Lord told me. You have to build women, young girls.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't build them, I don't care how much you bluff them. Listen, character flaw gonna show up. And it shows up. And I tell my daughter, Cannon in Asia, I tell her all the time, baby girl, be careful what I said. We got some demons and we got some demons on us. Don't be flirting around with some of this stuff, because who's to say you're gonna be able to shake it like daddy? Who's to say that I shook it?
Right.
You might think I have shaken it. I'm just learning to cope with it and deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I can camouflage it sometimes, but I still got to deal with some of those character flaws and those tendencies and those unhealthy tendencies in relating to others. So that's just me. Angie Homer said I had to realize that they were there. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. And are we trusting God or not? You know, once we raise them, we guide them and we tell them what we need to tell them. We give them advice. We teach them how to relate. After that, are we trusting God?
Mm-mm. God told me I wasn't trusting. And I said, God, I'm trusting you. He said, well, how much are you praying about it? Oh. And then he said this, not how much are you worrying about it, because worrying is thinking. To worry is to think. He said, I didn't ask you how much you worry, how much are you praying about it and praying for them? So now when I roll over at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, first thing out of my mouth is, now I stand under an open heaven and will receive everything God has for me. I start calling their names out in my spirit. Lord, protect them, nurture them. I pray with a prayer partner daily to keep me in line with just putting them before the throne of grace, because I have to learn not to worry so much and be more prayerful, because I do not trust when I'm worrying.
Right.
So, I mean, you go to therapy, you have a business, you are a certified nurse and a registered nurse. You are an RN. You have a lot going on. How does TORSHA manage all of that?
Definitely prayer. I pray a lot, and I work out. Exercise helps me. I love working out. I love lifting weights. That helps me, and I love my plants.
Plants. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. I forgot you love. What are you growing this winter?
Collard greens and beets.
So I get some beet juice, organic beet juice.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get some?
Mm-hmm.
Organic beet juice. Okay. When will they be ready?
Should be soon. It looks like they'll be ready soon.
Look at what Angie says. Exactly. We want a better life for them and those before yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's good, Angie. That is good. That is good. That is so good. That is good. She said, Daniel Tan said, we need the greens. We gonna get some, Daniel.
Okay.
Let me listen to what Shirley Moore says. Look at this. She says, I had a fear that my sons would be venom. Okay, because there were no male figures on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
But they aren't, and I'm grateful. Miss Rhonda from Manchester, Tennessee. Met her as a child. Rhonda, Miss Rhonda, let me give you this shout. TORSHA, let me give them this shout out. Her husband was a deacon. She was a choir member. Every time I saw them as a child in church, I could see and feel the love from their relationship. It was something, Miss Rhonda, magnetic about what you and your husband had. And her sons and daughter, we used to pick, we was track athletes and we went back and forth, yada, yada, yada. But I thank God for you, Miss Rhonda, because what I saw was authentic, even if it might not be from y'all's perspective. I thank God I was able to see what love looked like from some adults that was truly genuine. So thank you, Ms. Rhonda. If you've never heard me say that, let me throw that out there. I saw that, witnessed that as a child, a teenager, and I'm grateful for it because it gave me a baseline and it let me, what y'all projected was values, honesty, love, care, compassion, responsibility. It looked healthy. Let me just say that. Let me say that. Okay, Torsha, I know you about to go work out. Help me unpack some of this stuff. Like, I got to unpack it too. Like you said, yeah, we got to unpack it. We ain't going to do it today. We ain't going to do it today, but we got to unpack this stuff. Mm-hmm. So your day, your mindset today, where are you mentally today?
I'm good today. You know, I wake up and I set my intentions every morning before I spiral into worrying about everything. I go ahead and set my intentions now. Before I answer my phone, before I even look at my phone or say anything to anybody, I go ahead and talk to God about anything I have going on and what I want for the day. So just trying to stay present and remember what I know throughout the day is where I am.
Got you. So Divine Drips, how can we get our drip?
Just text me 615-559-5090 or inbox me if you want more information, or if you're feeling bad, if you start to catch a cold, or if you have COVID or think you have the flu, any of that, give me a call and see what I have that could help.
Gotcha. Let me put it up here so everybody can see it. Y'all don't go nowhere because I'm going to finish my Capri Cares. I promise you. Torsha, you can, I know you about to go in and do what you got to do. But let's put this up here, y'all. Mobile IV therapy, wellness for cold, flu, anxiety, hangovers, migraines, and so much more. Book online IV fluids, 615-559-5090. Professional services, TORSHA Hudson. Now, Torsha had said something the other day. Boom. Let me move this. Somebody got this as a Christmas present for somebody, right? Or
she's having a Christmas party and she's gonna surprise her friends with IVs.
So as a Christmas gift, your services. They ain't got to get some cologne they not going to wear or no bracelet. How about we make people feel better, right? Like literally. Right. How about you pull up, hook them up, put that magnesium, put that vitamin C, put that vitamin D all in them. And for those of us who follow me on Instagram, go to my Instagram page. My post this morning was you doing all of that for me.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look at that too.
You will. Yeah. So what's your social media handles so we can, get that and be connected with you?
Follow me on Instagram at Vivid Ambitions.
Vivid Ambitions, okay.
Vivid Ambitions,
Okay. And that's going to help us.
Yes, I'll have pages for Divine Drips coming soon.
That's right. Because you need to separate that.
Yeah, I know.
When I go to Divine Drips, I don't need to see shots. What the service you offer. Shirley Moore says, dude, I need God and therapy. We do. And God like God
exactly.
Like God gives you a preacher. God gives you a teacher. God gives you a therapist. God can and his word is therapeutic. His music is therapeutic. It helps us all. All right. I'm going to let you go, girlfriend. I appreciate you today. And
likewise.
Remember, girl, we got some flaws, some secrets, some lies, ways of coping that are unhealthy, relating to others. Like, we have to stop that stuff. We have to stop that. So, Torsha, Daniel Townsend is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Do you mind going to Bowling Green? Or does Divine Drips, can they go outside the state?
Yeah, I can.
So, Daniel Townsend, get her up there. I need your whole group to get a Divine Drip. so y'all can feel better. All right, girlfriend, go and work out. If they let me in the gym, I'll come in there and work out with you when I get done. Will they let me in on a visit?
Probably not. They'll let you come visit. They will.
Okay, well, I ain't never been. Okay. Well, y'all tell her goodbye and stay with me because I'm ready to finish my Capri Cares. Hey, girlfriend, love you. Peace and blessings.
All right, love it. Y'all have a